another wying was struck last night, on its way to Igros.
The Corpse Brigade again?
I wonder where this all leads. Delita, what do you make of all of this?
I'm not sure. I have my guesses, but...
I'm listening.
I think Duke Lark is coming to Garland.
Duke Lark? Why?
Not just a Duke. The Marquis Elmdor de Limberry, too.
That's the first I've heard of it. This has not the sound of a state visit.
All of Ivalice is in turmoil. The Order's supposed to be keeping things under control, but the fact is, they number too few.
And they mean to bolster their numbers with us?
Alright, everybody, form up. The Order of the Northern Sky is an assignment for its Knights Apprentice. As I'm sure you're already aware, the number of brigands roaming Galleon is on the rise. Among them, the Corpse Brigade, a seditious lot with a grudge against the Crown. Rogues such as they must be dealt with. The Order has been commanded to undertake an operation to eliminate the Brigade, an operation of a grand scale. We will not be acting alone. The Order will be joined by, among others, His Excellency Duke Larg's Royal Guard, stationed at Igros. This will leave Igros Castle undermanned. Your task will be to proceed there and support us from the rear by bolstering its defenses. The time to take up arms is upon you, young apprentices. I've just received word that a band of thieves routed by our knights flees here to Garland, seeking refuge. We will move to stop them and finish the task of our brothers. You, young apprentices, will accompany us. This is but a squall before the storm of battle. Prepare yourselves at once. Dismissed.
What have we here? We moppets, is it? Our luck's went and turned for the better. Alright lads, cut through these ones and we're as good as flip. We'll make quick work of them, and don't be leaving no squealers behind neither.
Careful, Ramza. Remember, the well-aimed thrust pierces the mail.
Don't patronize me, Delita. We Beowulfs know our way around a battlefield.
Beowulf, was it? Here to the noble house, Beowulf, I'd wager. Looks like we have ourselves some apprentices from the academy. Well, high-born moppets are still moppets.
Lay down your arms or die clutching them. None will mourn your passing.
And you mean to make us do that then? You're in fire over your little heads.
Honest work would see them die old in bed. Yet they choose instead this early grave. Why persist in such folly?
What news of the war?
The Order has struck a great blow. Limberry is ours once more. we will be able to recall our forces in Zeltenia Anan. All goes as planned, Lord Father. Be not troubled.
The envoy dispatched to Advocate Lenario has returned. He has agreed to your proposal, Lord Father.
Good. Very good. Then the war will die with me.
Father.
There now, Armor. Do you want my last memory to be of your tears?
Where is that Ramza? He should be here at your side.
Dicedog, Zelbug, you are dear to me, but Ramza is no less so. Though he be not the issue of the womb that bore you, my sons, still my blood courses his veins. Watch after him.
Lord Father!
You forget yourself, Ramza.
You have come. Good. Let me look once more on your face.
Lord Father.
How long has it been? You've grown into a fine young man. I would hear of your studies. You've been at the academy since spring, is it? Hear me, Ramza. For generations, we Beowulfs have stood foremost of those who serve the crown. Ours is the soul of the knight. Become a knight worthy of your name. Tolerate no injustice. Stray not from the true path. You will know the path you must walk. A Beowulf can walk no other.
I will not fail you, Father.
Your friend, Delita, he is a good boy. He is low-born, but he can serve you well. I've made arrangements for him to enter the academy. You should have seen the look on the headmaster's face. In the years ahead, you will need someone whom you can trust. You could do far worse than Delita.
As you say, Father.
Take care of your sister. And show these brothers of yours what it is to be a knight.
Hey, looks like this one's still alive. What do we do with him?
What do you think we do with him?
Right then. Your luck's run out, Nev. If ever you had any.
Blast! One of the Order's patrols.
The Corpse Brigade. And they have a hostage in their midst.
Our first duty is to defeat the brigade. The enemy stands before us. Attack!
You would stand by and watch as they kill an innocent?
I hadn't planned on giving them the chance. And you?
I would save him myself, if it came to that.
Reinforcements, and none too soon. Ugh!
Are you harmed?
I'll be fine. It is for the Marquis's safety, I fear.
The Marquis? The Marquis Elmdor de Limberry was here?
The very same. And to whom do I owe my gratitude?
We are Knights Apprentice from the Academy at Gareland. We may be able to help you, but first, I would hear more.
My name is Argath, a knight in His Excellency the Marquis Elmdor de Limberry's household.
A knight, you say?
Well, truth be told, I am a knight apprentice. As are you, if I'm not far mistaken.
A fellow knight in training, then. I am Ramza, and this is Delita Heiral, my trusted friend.
Beowulf? You're not of the Bales of the Order of the Northern Sky, are you? What fantastic luck! A blessing in the midst of disaster!
What?
The Order can help me rescue the Marquis! It must!
The Marquis is held captive?
They took him hostage, yes, but he still lives! We must act quickly if he is to remain so! Should he be killed, I will lose everything! You simply must help me! Please, I beg you!
Calm yourself. Who's to say your Marquis is to be killed anyway? The Corpse Brigade would not take a man alive, save there are value in keeping him so. Of that you can be sure.
There's little the three of us can do to help, in any case. If the Marquis was taken hostage, Igros will be in an uproar. You could be sure of that, too.
Then, before all else, we will report into Igros. Are we agreed?
Agreed. We'll start there.
I hear you were decorated for your first victory, Ramza. They sing your praise from on high. You do honor to our name, my brother. And to me.
I'm glad.
Oh, you would not seem it.
I am. Forgive me. Your words do me far more honor than I have done you. No doubt word has already reached you, but the Marquis de Limberry's carriage was waylaid, and the Marquis taken. What have you a mind to do?
I have already asked Zalbar to dispatch a squad in pursuit. These brigands must eventually come forth to demand ransom. That is, assuming the Marquis yet lives.
I beg of you, Lord Beowulf, lend me 100 men, that I might hunt the whoresons down! Please, my lord, grant me means to avenge my fallen friends.
Mayhap your ears fail you. I said that a squad is to be dispatched. You are not a man of galleon. Leave her affairs to those of us who are.
But, my lord!
Do not assume to beg favors of me. Let me remind you, Argath, lest you forget your place. You are but another sword, not yet even mounted. The two of you will remain here at Igros and serve among the castle guard. You needn't worry, danger is not like to visit these walls.
My own house was once respected as highly as House Beowulf, you know. At least, until my grandfather was captured during the war. He turned traitor, thinking to buy his freedom with the lives of his friends. But his freedom scarce outlived his honor. He was not a dozen paces out their gate when the dagger found his back, killed by some common squire, no more a knight than I. One of the men he betrayed later escaped and spread word of his misdeeds. My lord father would have none of it, of course. But he was the only one. Our bannermen deserted us. Our reputation ruined. I suppose I had best remember my place. Your lord brother has no reason to lend ear to pleas from the likes of me.
Delita!
Tetra!
Alma! Zalbog!
Ramza, you've come home!
It's been some time, hasn't it, Zalbog?
I heard about Garaland. They say you made short work of their brigands. Now you've truly the right to call yourself a Beowulf. Father would be proud.
Thank you, Lord Brother.
Haha, you certainly haven't changed. Gods forbid you show a bit of cheer on being praised. And you, Delita, do not think word of your deeds escapes our ears. Your sister's been so full of pride, I quite feared she might burst.
Worry not. My seams have held. I'm glad to see you looking so well, Delita.
And I you. Have you settled in at school?
Yes. The others have all been quite kind to me.
Would that we could speak at greater leisure, but there are duties that require my attendance. Rogues do not catch themselves.
I understand. Good luck.
We received a note of ransom from the Corpse Brigade.
What?
Something about it sits unwell with me. They are anarchists, to be sure, bent on bringing down the aristocracy. But they fancy themselves righteous, and prey only on the nobility and those in our employ. Would such as they truly kidnap the Marquis for want of coin?
Why wouldn't they? They're naught but common footpads.
One of the men I planted among them has not returned. I worry he may be caught up in something serious. But there are those who do not think some mere spy worth a search party's efforts.
Where was he last known to be?
A merchant city named Dorter in eastern Gallion. Guarding a castle grows dreadfully dull. Wouldn't you agree?
Forgive us, Tetra. It seems we must be leaving sooner than we had planned.
Don't worry about me. Just take care of yourself.
I will. Mind your studies. I'll be back before you even noticed I'm gone. Let's be on our way.
Tetra puts on a brave face, but the truth is not as honeyed as her words.
What do you mean?
She has a hard time of it at school. The others tease her for being lowborn. Forgive me. I shouldn't have said anything. I'm sure you have worries enough of your own. Teacher will be all right. I'm here to look after her.
Then there is naught to worry about. But mind your own limits. You can't be responsible for everything.
Says the brother who never fails to do any and all that is expected of him. Don't lose sight of yourself, Ramza. You needn't let your life be ruled by the fact that you were born a Beowulf.
Now you're starting to sound like Mother.
Oh, Ramza.